In the heart of Dubai, a city where skyscrapers touch the clouds and luxury is a way of life, one woman's world was about to collapse in the most unimaginable way. This is the story of Amira, the wife of Khalid, a Dubai millionaire whose wealth and charm made them the golden couple of high society. For 35 years, their marriage was the envy of everyone, a fairy tale of love, success, and opulence. But behind the glittering facade lay a secret so devastating it would tear their perfect life apart. Amira had it all: a sprawling mansion, exotic vacations, and a husband who adored her, or so she thought. But one evening, everything changed. What she discovered would shatter her trust, break her heart, and force her to confront a truth she never saw coming. This is not just a story of betrayal. It's a story of resilience, of a woman who found the strength to rebuild her life after the ultimate betrayal. What did Amira find? How did she uncover the truth? And what happened next? Stay with us as we reveal the shocking details of this scandal that rocked Dubai's elite. This is a story you won't want to miss. Welcome to True Crime Family Stories, where we dive deep into chilling cases, unsolved crimes, and the dark side of human experience. Join us as we uncover hidden truths and explore the twisted corners of the criminal world. Thanks to our loyal viewers and subscribers for your support. We're grateful for your likes, comments, and subscriptions, which help us share these shocking stories and unravel mysteries that impact our lives. Subscribe and join our growing community to stay updated on untrue cases. Let's get started. Amira and Khalid's love story began like a dream. They met in their early 20s, two young souls drawn together by ambition, passion, and a shared vision of the future. Their wedding was a grand affair, the talk of Dubai's elite, with opulent decorations, a guest list filled with the city's most influential figures, and a celebration that lasted for days. It was the start of what seemed like a perfect life. Over the years, Khalid's business ventures flourished, turning him into one of Dubai's wealthiest men. His sharp mind and relentless drive earned him respect in the business world, while Amira became the epitome of grace and elegance. She was known for her impeccable style, her philanthropic efforts, and her ability to light up any room she entered. Together, they were unstoppable, a power couple admired by everyone who knew them. Their home was a reflection of their success, a sprawling mansion in one of Dubai's most exclusive neighborhoods. With its marble floors, crystal chandeliers, and panoramic views of the city, it was a sanctuary of luxury. Here, they raised their two children, who grew up surrounded by love and privilege. Now, adults, their children had moved abroad to pursue their own dreams, leaving Amira and Khalid to enjoy their golden years together, or so it seemed. To the outside world, Amira and Khalid's marriage was the definition of perfection. They hosted lavish parties, attended high-profile events, and traveled to the most exotic destinations. But beneath the surface of their glamorous life, something was shifting. Khalid, who had always been a devoted husband, began spending more time at home, often retreating to his study for hours on end. Amira didn't think much of it at first. After all, Khalid was a busy man, and she trusted him completely. But trust can be fragile, and sometimes the people closest to us are the ones who hurt us the most. Little did Amira know, her world was about to be turned upside down in the most shocking way possible. What do you think Amira discovered? A few years ago, a new family moved into the house next door. Rashid, a charismatic businessman in his late 40s, and his wife Fatima, quickly became part of the neighborhood's social fabric. With their two children and a lifestyle that mirrored Amira and Khalid's, they seemed like the perfect addition to their exclusive community. Amira and Fatima hit it off immediately. They bonded over shared interests, shopping at Dubai's luxury boutiques, attending charity galas, and hosting dinner parties that brought the two families together. Fatima was warm, outgoing, and always eager to lend a helping hand. To Amira, she became more than just a neighbor. She was a close friend, someone she could confide in and trust. Khalid, too, seemed to enjoy the company of their new neighbors. He and Rashid often engaged in what appeared to be casual conversations about business and investments. Rashid would frequently visit Khalid's study, claiming they had important matters to discuss. Amira didn't think much of it. After all, Khalid was a successful businessman, and it was natural for him to network with others in his field. But as time went on, Amira began to notice subtle changes. Khalid, who had always been a social butterfly, started spending more time at home. He would often retreat to his study, claiming he had work to catch up on. Meanwhile, Rashid's visits became more frequent, sometimes lasting for hours. Amira trusted her husband completely, but a small voice in the back of her mind began to wonder if something was off. One evening, as Amira returned home from a charity event, she noticed Fatima leaving their house in a hurry. There was something about Fatima's demeanor, a flicker of guilt, a hint of anxiety, that caught Amira's attention. She brushed it off at first, chalking it up to her imagination. But the feeling lingered, planting a seed of doubt that would soon grow into something much bigger. Days turned into weeks, and Amira couldn't shake the unease that had settled in her heart. She began to pay closer attention to Khalid's behavior, noticing little things she had previously overlooked. The way he would quickly close his laptop when she entered the room, the hushed phone calls he took in the middle of the night, the distant look in his eyes when he thought she wasn't watching. Something wasn't right, and Amira was determined to find out what it was, not knowing that what she will discover would change her life forever. One evening, Amira returned home early from a charity gala, feeling unwell. As she stepped into the quiet mansion, she noticed something unusual. Khalid's car was missing. He had told her he would be working late, but his study was dark and empty. A strange unease settled over her as she climbed the stairs to their bedroom, her mind racing with questions she couldn't answer. The next morning, as Amira sipped her coffee in the garden, she saw Fatima leaving her house in a hurry. There was something about the way Fatima moved. Her hurried steps, the way she avoided eye contact, that sent a chill down Amira's spine. She tried to push the thought away, but the seed of doubt had already taken root. Later that day, Amira decided to organize some documents in Khalid's study. As she opened his laptop, she noticed a folder she had never seen before. Curiosity got the better of her and she clicked on it. What she found inside would shatter her world. The folder was filled with emails, messages, and photos, evidence of a secret affair between Khalid and Fatima. The dates went back years, revealing a relationship that had been hidden in plain sight. Amira's hands trembled as she scrolled through the messages, each one a dagger to her heart. The man she had loved for 35 years, the father of her children, had been living a double life. The pain was overwhelming. Amira felt as if the ground had been ripped out from under her. She thought of all the times Khalid had lied to her, all the moments they had shared that now felt like a cruel joke. And Fatima, her friend, her confidant, had betrayed her in the worst possible way. That evening, when Khalid returned home, Amira confronted him with the evidence. At first, he tried to deny it, but the truth was undeniable. He admitted to the affair, claiming it was a mistake, that it meant nothing. But to Amira, it meant everything. The trust they had built over decades was gone, replaced by a pain so deep it felt like it would never heal. The days that followed were a blur. Amira struggled to make sense of her emotions: anger, sadness, betrayal. She felt lost, as if the life she had known was a lie. But amidst the pain, a spark of determination began to grow. Amira knew she couldn't let this define her. She had to find a way to move forward, not just for herself, but for her children and the life she still had ahead of her. What would you do if you were in Amira's shoes? How would you handle the betrayal of someone you loved and trusted? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The confrontation with Khalid was a turning point for Amira. Standing in their lavish living room, the weight of his betrayal pressed down on her like a storm cloud. Khalid's excuses, "It didn't mean anything. I still love you. It was just a mistake," rang hollow. To Amira, his words were empty, a desperate attempt to salvage what was already broken. She looked at the man she had shared her life with for 35 years and saw a stranger. The trust, the love, the memories, they all felt tainted now. Amira's voice trembled as she asked the question that had been haunting her. "How could you do this to us, to our family?" Khalid had no answer, only averted eyes and a silence that spoke volumes. In the days that followed, Amira's pain turned to anger. She couldn't bear to stay in the same house as Khalid, so she moved into the guest room, creating a physical barrier between them. The mansion, once a symbol of their success, now felt like a prison, its opulence a cruel reminder of the life she had lost. The fallout extended beyond their marriage. Amira couldn't bring herself to face Fatima, the woman she had once called a friend. She deleted Fatima's number, blocked her on social media, and avoided any events where she might run into her. The betrayal cut deep, not just because of the affair, but because Fatima had been someone Amira trusted implicitly. Word of the scandal began to spread through Dubai's elite circles. Whispers followed Amira wherever she went, at charity events, at the gym, even at the grocery store. People who had once admired her now looked at her with pity or curiosity. Khalid's reputation took a hit, too. Business associates began to distance themselves, and invitations to high-profile events dried up. The golden couple of Dubai was no more. Amira's children, who had always looked up to their parents, were devastated. They flew back to Dubai to support their mother, but the strain on the family was undeniable. Amira struggled to explain to them how their father, the man they had idolized, could have done something so hurtful. It was a painful reminder that even the people we love the most are capable of causing immense pain. Despite the chaos, Amira began to find small moments of clarity. She realized that she couldn't control Khalid's actions or the opinions of others, but she could control how she responded. She started journaling, pouring her emotions onto paper as a way to process her grief. Slowly, she began to rebuild her sense of self, one day at a time. But the road to healing was far from easy. Amira knew she had a long journey ahead of her, one that would require strength, courage, and a willingness to face the pain head-on. She also knew that she couldn't do it alone. In the weeks following the confrontation, Amira felt like she was living in a fog. The pain of Khalid's betrayal was a constant ache, a shadow that followed her everywhere. But amidst the darkness, a spark of determination began to grow. Amira knew she couldn't let this define her. She had to find a way to move forward, not just for herself, but for her children and the life she still had ahead of her. Her first step was seeking therapy. Amira had always been the strong one, the one who held everything together. But now she realized that strength didn't mean facing everything alone. With the support of her children, she found a therapist who specialized in helping people navigate betrayal and loss. Those sessions became a lifeline, a safe space where Amira could unpack her emotions and begin to heal. As she worked through her pain, Amira discovered a newfound sense of purpose. She threw herself into her philanthropic work, focusing on causes that empowered women who had faced similar challenges. She started a support group for women dealing with infidelity, creating a community where they could share their stories and find strength in each other. It was a way for Amira to turn her pain into something positive, to help others while helping herself. She also began to rediscover the things that brought her joy. Amira had always loved art, but over the years her busy schedule had left little time for it. Now she started painting again, losing herself in the colors and textures, finding solace in the act of creation. She took up yoga, finding peace in the rhythm of her breath and the strength of her body. Slowly but surely, Amira was rebuilding her life, piece by piece. Khalid, on the other hand, struggled to find his footing. The affair had cost him not just his marriage but also his reputation. Business deals fell through, and invitations to social events dried up. He tried to reach out to Amira to apologize and explain, but she wasn't ready to hear it. For Amira, forgiveness was a journey, not a destination, and she knew it would take time. As the months passed, Amira began to feel like herself again. Not the woman she had been before the betrayal, but a stronger, wiser version of herself. She realized that true wealth wasn't in material possessions or social status, but in the relationships we nurture and the integrity we uphold. She had lost a lot, but she had also gained a deeper understanding of herself and what she was capable of. Amira's story is a reminder that even in the darkest moments there is hope. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, to the power of self-discovery and the courage to start anew. Her journey is far from over, but she knows that whatever comes next, she has the strength to face it. Amira's story is one of resilience, strength, and the power of self-discovery. It's a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable betrayal, we have the ability to rise above and rebuild our lives. Her journey wasn't easy, but it was transformative. She learned that true wealth isn't measured in material possessions or social status, but in the strength of our character and the love we give to ourselves and others. As Amira continues to navigate this new chapter of her life, she does so with a sense of purpose and hope. She has found healing in helping others, strength in her own resilience, and peace in the knowledge that she is more than the sum of her pain. Her story is a testament to the fact that even when life shatters us, we can pick up the pieces and create something beautiful. So, what can we learn from Amira's journey? Perhaps it's that trust, while fragile, can be rebuilt, not necessarily with the person who broke it, but within ourselves. Or maybe it's that true strength lies in our ability to face our darkest moments and emerge stronger on the other side. Whatever the lesson, Amira's story is a powerful reminder that we are all capable of overcoming adversity and finding light in the darkest of times. If Amira's story inspired you, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more powerful stories of resilience and hope. And tell us in the comments, what's one lesson you've learned from facing a difficult challenge in your own life? Let's inspire each other to keep moving forward, no matter what life throws our way.